I'm Bunker Hill Bradley, the co-founder and designer for Bunker Bradley Couture, and with my partner.
Hi, and I'm Rosalind Poon, and I'm the CEO, and I handle the business and the styling for what we do. Well, Bunker Bradley Couture is designed for today's woman. It's garments that are easy to wear, easy to maintain, easy to travel with, machine washable, and they're just fantastic. And with Bunker's graphics, they make you feel good and you look fantastic in them because they do all the sort of things that you're not a woman, I am, right? That we need doing. So there are parts of our body that we need enhancing. There are parts of our body that we're not so crazy about, right? And so Bunker designs the artwork for the garments to enhance the things that we like to see and to minimize the parts that we don't like to see. And he does all of this in one simple garment, and it's amazing.
Yeah, the dresses are very slimming. So one of our first goals was to make a dress where the graphics actually slim the figure, and the girls look 10 pounds lighter as soon as they put on a dress.
I think the important thing about that, though, is that unlike blocking, which was the rage a couple of years ago, when you're wearing a dress that's got block out, it looks to me like you've got a runway sort of going down the front of you or the back of you. And rather than camouflage, I think what it does is it tells everybody that, oh, you know, you're a bit concerned about this part of your body, so don't look. Whereas Bunker's graphics, because he's a world famous car designer, and apparently they're into illusion, his artwork does the shaping and the camouflaging without you realizing it. So someone's looking at you, all they know is that you look fantastic. It doesn't say, oh, watch out, don't look at my hips, or, you know, don't look at my boobs or something like this, because the artwork does it all for you.
Yeah, we really do the artwork. It's quite unique because I try to draw the eye to the area where I want the person to look. And we achieve slimming through very subtle means of drawing the eye to certain areas, highlight, shadow, contrast, rather than putting runway stripes and erasing stripes up and down that tells everybody you're trying to look slimmer. But so we use subtle, more sophisticated effects, and it seems to really work.
It does work.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I think from a woman's point of view, which is what we're designing for, and I represent today's woman. I do a lot of international traveling, a lot of speaking and running around like a crazy woman. But a funny story I have to tell you is that Bunker, of course, is the designer. So he designed these wonderful garments that we get to wear. So recently we went on a trip to Barcelona for 2 weeks. And you're not going to believe this, the ladies watching this, but I managed to fit 2 weeks of clothes into half the size of a suitcase. So I'd never shared a suitcase with anyone ever before. I put all my clothes in there and some of my camera equipment, and Bunker filled up the other side with his clothes. But when we got there, halfway through the trip, I didn't have to worry about washing or ironing or anything like that. And Bunker was running around the condo trying to find the washing machine and the clothes dryer and the iron and where to hang up his clothes. And it was really, really priceless. So our clothes, I didn't even have to hang the clothes up. I just left them in their little sandwich bags. I put them in little freezer bags, throw them in the suitcase. So when I wanted to wear them, I just unzipped a little Ziploc bag, took the dress out, put it on, and I was ready to roll. It was great.
Because they don't wrinkle, and the dresses, you can just roll them up and put them in a freezer bag, and they're fine for traveling.
Well, I think the brand was born out of the fact one night I was unhappy. Right? I was unhappy with how I looked. And Bunker explained, and there's a long story to it, about how he could help me with that and with his designs and textiles and patterns and things. And that's how we started. And when I first put on one of his dresses, the very first one we produced, I couldn't help but smile. It just made me feel really, really happy. I felt comfortable in my own skin, which was quite an incredible thing. And like I said to all the ladies watching, I'm sure you can all relate to that. And so we are a happy brand. And what we do with our models are not professional models. We use models that are representative of our clients and customers. So these are ladies that I happen to know. And they just love it. They said that when they put the dresses on, it makes them smile. And it makes their husbands and boyfriends smile. And what I found with the events that we do, when people look at you, that they can't help but smile because the colours are so happy and you're happy and happiness is contagious. And I think we should all be happy.
Well, the models and our customers that wear the dresses, they get so many compliments when they go out. Quite often they'll buy a new pair of palazzo pants or dress. They'll go out, and within the hour, they're texting us on the compliments they're getting around town in restaurants or at the airport. And in fact, our signature model, Cindy Parker, she was in the Denver airport, and a lady came up and says, "Oh, you're the famous model for that colorful clothing brand." And she was so happy that she was famous now, representing Bunker Bradley Couture, and she was recognized in the airport, away from Las Vegas. That was a great little story.
But I think Bunker's right. One of our clients walked out with a new pair of palazzo pants. She wanted to wear them out, didn't want to take them home. And within 30 minutes, she texted me and then rang me and said that she was in the car park of Trader Joe's and she was having a party. Right? She got out and all of a sudden some person had asked her about her pants, and another lady came up and asked her about her pants. So she had about 4 or 5 women all laughing and talking about her palazzo pants, and she hadn't even gotten to the store. So, so there you go. That's a good example.
Yeah, I think we're a happy brand comes more from our customers that they're just so happy to wear them. They get attention, they're comfortable, and they haven't seen anything like it anywhere else in their travels. So they're so unique. People just appreciate it.
Well, the process is very simple. Unlike most clothing companies, we don't start with the idea that, we want to do something pretty. Right? Or the designer sort of says, I'm really crazy, I want to do something in black and white. What we do is we start with today's woman. So we start with me, for example. So all of a sudden I'll say, well, I think we need some dresses that hide my shoulders, right? Or make my shoulders look more narrow, right? So I feel more comfortable when I'm on stage talking. So I take a woman's problem to Bunker and I say, I think I'd like some dresses that maybe make my shoulders look narrower, right? And that's all I have to do. Or I go and say, look, I need one that maybe is a bit longer because some of the ladies are a bit concerned about the tops of their knees. And he will then take that, and if it's fall or spring or summer, and I'll say, and by the way, I think we need to do some things in some really nice pinks or greens or light blues or something like that. And literally, then I'll give it to you.
Yeah, we're not a traditional fashion design company. My background is more industrial design and certainly car design for 25 years. So we really approached dresses as solving issues, and so women could wear them and have issues solved and look better and feel better, etc. So the graphics are functional in my mind, and we start with themes. Sometimes it's a color theme, sometimes it's a graphic theme, but they all have built-in slimming kind of graphics and little tricks. And but we also wanted to make them in America, so everything is made in America. We found a special fabric that's not used in the fashion industry. It's our own unique fabrics. We have a dynamic print process that's only used by the most famous designers in Europe, the Cavallis and Versace, and we use a similar print process. Fabrics are better than theirs, actually. They don't.
Sorry, Roberta.
And from there, actually do what's called an engineered prints. So we don't print yards and yards of fabric and have a cutting room and cut them out. Essentially, I engineer the pattern, which fits today's women. That's printed with the graphic, and they're engineered prints, and we cut them out and have them sewn up here in Vegas. So it's 100% American made, and the quality there exceeds some of the top designers in the fabric, I believe. The graphics are totally unique, and it's quite a unique functional dress that just happens to look great on the women. They get lots of compliments.
Well, actually, I like to think of it as it's not just the dress, it's the partnership between the dress or the garment and the woman's body. Right? And between the two of them, it creates an incredible effect. Right? And the wonderful thing about it is that they can feel comfortable. And when you feel comfortable, you can perform 10/10. It's when you feel uncomfortable, and I spent my whole life being uncomfortable because I'm half Chinese and half Australian, and so I'm Chinese from the waist down, which means I've got no hips and nothing else, right? And I'm Australian from the waist up, which means, thanks to my mother, I have boobs. So my body shape was really difficult to fit. And so my whole corporate life, I was always pinning my shirts together and all sorts of things. And now with these dresses, I don't have to do that. I can put on a dress and be any shape. And if I want, I can put on a little jacket and I can go out and I can be as corporate as anybody. And when I get in the car, I take the jacket off and it's like being in my pajamas. And it's great.
Right. The dresses are really made to be worn, and that's one reason we don't have a lot of extra frills. We don't have zippers, buttons, bling.
No.
They're dresses that are made to be worn every day, and day or night, formal or casual or resort. You could jump in the pool and come out; it'd be dry in 5 minutes.
Yes.
You don't. Fabric is such that it's breathable fabric. It dries quickly, doesn't wrinkle. But so these, I think it's, and a lot of other people think we've kind of reinvented the dress. And this is a functional, simple, comfortable dress that you could, or pants, or our halter tops, you could wear every day, anytime, all day long.
In fact, a lot of our clients, like myself, do a lot of international traveling, and they swear by our palazzo pants. Because they said they can go to the airport and look like a fashion model, even though they're not, because everyone's staring at them going, wow, look at that, right? They can get on a plane, sit, in the plane for 12, 14 hours, right? And be all bunched up, under their blankets and all sorts of craziness. And when they arrive, there's no wrinkles, there's no sagging, there's no bagging. They look just as good as they did when they actually got on the plane, right? Which I think is wonderful.
And then the functional part is I've actually designed a wide band at the top of the palazzo pants. It's about 5.5 inches wide, and the ladies can fold it under and have a thin band and expose their midsection, or they can use the entire band to cover their whole tummy and hold their tummy in, kind of a thing. So the pants they love the wide band. You can kind of wear it high or low. And when it comes to our halter tops, we've actually added extra material in the arm area so ladies can get full coverage. So there aren't armhole gaps and things where bulges hang out. So these kind of design features
That's right.
make them more comfortable, they cover more, and they actually give the women and our customers options on how to wear them.
And I think the idea for me is that you need to be comfortable. If you're comfortable, you can enjoy yourself, you can perform better. Right? And being comfortable for most women is a really hard gig to do. So when we design a garment, like Bunker just mentioned, our new halter neck dresses, we take into consideration the body shapes of women that are 35, 40 and over, up to 70 or 80.
Yeah, average women today.
Yeah, and we have different body issues that younger girls don't have. So our halter neck dresses are designed to accommodate those sorts of things, so that we can put the dress on and feel just as good as the 20-year-old when she can get her dress from wherever it is that she gets her dress from. Yeah, so that's, I think, a very important point, which we don't normally remember to tell people, because they come in, they put the dress on, they look happy, and that's it. But yes.
Yeah, it's not all just bright colors, and the dresses are actually engineered so that they fit right, feel good, and women can use them in different variations.
Thank you very, very much, Mike, for taking the time to interview us. And for you and everyone else watching the video, what we'd like to say is, please give me a call. I can call myself, Rosalind, on 949-241-3996. And make an appointment and drop into our studio. We have a studio in Las Vegas, and fairly soon we're also going to be available online. So we're getting our e-commerce site all put together and all the activities. So all the wonderful people watching this video, you'll be able to go to our website, which is bunkerbradleycouture.com. Hope to talk to you soon.